What's up, guys? Dustin Vaughn Warnke, contributing editor for Texas Fishing Game Magazine, back here with another issue with another tech tip series for you in our, however you're watching this video, whether you're watching it online at fishgame.com or on my YouTube channel or wherever. I do these every month. Tech tip videos, Dustin's tips and tricks, as we call them, and they're basically just little ideas to help you be better in the field and do a better job of what you do in the field. And today we're talking about bow hunting and practicing for bow season. And what I have here is a Diamond Infinite Edge Pro compound bow, and obviously you've got crossbows and a bunch of other things, recurves and all kinds of other things that you can hunt with. But basically I just brought this up because I'm practicing in my backyard range down there, and I'm basically just doing some basic maneuvers that I practice for bow hunting. And basically, one of the main things that you want to watch, let's just talk about the basics real quick, because one of my most popular videos on YouTube right now is the Crossbow 101 and Compound Bow 101, which is basically where I talk about fundamentals and basics, and those have been completely really popular over the last, I guess it's been 8 years since I filmed that, so they've really gotten hundreds of thousands of views and have really done well. So the basics are really simple. I mean, what you want to do is make sure that you have a good wrist sling, and that's something that I'm very, very big about. This is one that I got at Allen, I believe. It's a wrist sling that I got for my bow, for my compound bow. It attaches to the stabilizer, and it's basically a paracord pattern, and that just keeps your security of your bow from falling out of your hand. And one of the things that I teach a lot of times with a lot of new archers is basically holding the compound bow at full draw like this, or basically just the little contact as possible, and then once it goes off, the wrist is going to be able to catch it with the wrist sling, and basically not having a kung fu grip on your compound bow. That's so important, because you have that kung fu grip and you're shooting, that torque is going to knock that arrow one way or the other, left or right or up or down, north, south, east, west. You know how that goes. The more relaxation you have in your draw, the more relaxation you have at full draw, you're going to make a better shot. You're going to make a solid shot, a more solid shot, and concentrate on the target without gripping the bow like your life depends on it. So have a good wrist sling. This Diamond came with one wrist sling, but I just like to upgrade it to the Allen. It was nice. I bought it on Amazon for like $6 or something like that. It's pretty cheap. The other thing is looking through your sights. And I talk about this in my other videos. When you're imagining your sight, you want to look at the target and not the pin. When you're bow hunting, you want to look at the deer or the hog or whatever you're shooting, or the target if you're 3D shooting or just target practicing, basically. And what I try to do is just have kind of a overview of looking at that target and the pin being in the background or the foreground of your sight, and basically lining that pin up and then squeezing the trigger very, very gently, pressing the trigger, and making it. It's very similar in a lot of ways, shooting a compound bow and shooting a crossbow in a lot of ways to rifle hunting, because you're just wanting to make that very, very, very small adjustment to release that trigger, and where the shot goes off is kind of a surprise to you. A lot of us, and I'm guilty of this in the past, have had trigger panic or target panic or whatever you want to call it, where you are at full draw and you want to just make the shot and get it over with, or you want to get through the shot, or you just want to make the shot and pull your head out of it, or whatever the case may be. There's a lot of issues that come and arise out of shooting that way and trying to bust yourself of that particular bad habit, is to basically go at full draw and then draw back down, and then go full back draw and then let off of your draw. Okay, and keep your fingers at all times when you're pulling back. You want to keep your fingers behind your release. All right, and a lot of people shoot with different releases. This is a caliper release that I use. This is a True Ball. A lot of love to them. They send me some stuff from time to time, and this is a bow sight from Apex Gear. I believe that's a Bowtech company. And then this is an Octane stabilizer. But what I was getting to is when you're on your D-loop and you're coming back off of that, is not to freak out or panic. And one of the best ways to do that, guys, that I talk about, is running a lap around your yard or running a lap around your range, which may look kind of crazy if you're at a shooting range, at a archery range, but basically even just standing in place and doing some jumping jacks, 10 jumping jacks, and getting your heart pumping like you would when you're ready to make that time count, when you're ready for that moment of truth, when you were at full draw, your heart is beating out of your chest, it is just game time, and you make that small release, and you simply calm yourself, breathe deeply, and let go at the bottom of the breath, and or squeeze release at the bottom of the breath very, very, very gently. That's something that I try to do there. But if target panic's an issue for you at all, and it has been for me, and I still getting back into it more. I still have issues with target panning with this new bow sometimes. Basically, what you do is just draw, keep your fingers behind keep your fingers behind your caliper release or your release of any kind, and then let down. Draw and let down, and then draw and then shoot. And another thing to keep in mind is that when you're drawing and you let down at all from your full draw, and you lose some of your poundage, some of your let off, or some of your power in the cams if you end up shooting that arrow after you've let off of it before, once or twice. So if you are in full draw mode and you let down at all, let down completely. Alright, I talk about that in some of my other videos. I do that simply because I don't want to take any chances of my accuracy, and accuracy is everything in bow hunting. Accuracy is everything in any kind of hunting, especially when you make longer shots, especially when you make shots in smaller game. I mean, accuracy is so vitally important. So those are some tips to just help you be more accurate in the field and help you to be successful. Now, I get a lot of questions about all the gear that I have on my bow, and I carry a lot of stuff like the stabilizer that I have right here, stabilizer bar that has a Picatinny rail on it. Basically, that's what that is a Picatinny rail. You can mount a camera on here, you can mount all kinds of different cool accessories, flashlights, lasers, anything like that that's legal to mount on there. Cameras, I mean, like I say, all kinds of stuff. And I bought that for like 11 bucks off of a Chinese wholesale website. So, I mean, you can find all kinds of different, you don't have to spend a lot of money. There's a lot of archery companies out there that are overseas that you can buy stuff from. But when it comes to your arrows, when it comes to your broadheads, when it comes to your terminal tackle, I suggest buying American on those things. But when it comes to little accessories like stabilizers or these little rails and stuff like that, you can go overseas and buy some pretty good stuff. When it comes to sights and rests and stuff like that, I prefer to stay American. Now, with every bow hunting thing I ever do, I want to definitely give a big shout out to Grim Reaper Broadheads and Gold Tip, because they're I'm on pro staff team on one on Grim Reaper and co-op staff on Gold Tip, and they basically help me out with being able to do all these things that I do in the outdoors. And basically, the one thing that I really want to send home is that it's hard. With today's world and all the different competition that's out there, the stuff when it comes to terminal tackle in a bow, when it comes to terminal tackle in arrows and in broadheads, the main thing that's been weeded out is all the garbage. All right, the broadheads that don't perform well and that kind of stuff, they usually haven't made it past the retailers, okay, or made it to the retailers in a lot of cases, because they've been improved or they've had other things going on that have helped them, be better at their design. All right, is what I'm trying to say. So basically, wide variety of broadheads you can choose. I'm a Grim Reaper guy myself. Also, a wide variety of arrows. And what I have here are my Gold Tip Hunter Pros, and these are really, really, really good arrows. These I shoot the 75 95s and Grim Reaper Broadheads Whitetail Specials is what I use for bow hunting. And so I always try to plug those two, Gold Tip and Grim Reaper, because they've done very well for me. Your mileage may vary. You may find something that works really well for you. But like I say, for me, it's just really been these two, because I've hunted urban deer. I've hunted a lot of close call, situations in urban environments, and I've always depended on these two companies to come through for me, and they always have. And then buying the new Diamond bow, I've been really excited about it. So these are just some different tips to help you do what you do better in the outdoors. And really thank you guys so much for watching, reading, and listening. Have a good time out in there. If you have any questions about bow hunting, if you have any questions about bow season, if you have any questions about archery or equipment or 3D shooting or target shooting or bow hunting itself, feel free to reach out to me. You can find my information at fishgame.com or at my website, my personal website at dustinsprojects.com, and I will hook you up with whatever companies you need to know, or model, or what a broadhead, or arrow selection, or whatever I can suggest to you. I will help you for sure, personally, myself, the contributing editor of Texas Fishing Game. So thank you guys so much for watching, reading, and listening. Have an awesome day in the outdoors. We'll see you next time.